Good morning, all. I hope you all will be nice and safe. Um, I think it is a high time to start with our syllabus. So, today I am starting with chemistry's first chapter, chemical reactions. Here I am taking two topics. One is what do you mean by chemical reactions and what are its characteristics. So, let's start with this. The first question arises, what do you mean by a chemical reaction? A chemical reaction can be understood by recalling the concept of physical and chemical changes, which we have already studied in previous classes. A physical change, if I say, is a change in which there is no new substance to be formed. And a chemical change is a change in which a new substance is obtained. For example, if we take an example of melting of ice. So ice, which is a solid form of water, has the formula H2O, and after the process of melting, it converts into liquid water, which is again H2O. So there is no new substance going to be formed. It will remain same. Same here for the chemical change. If we take an example of curdling of milk, so curdling of milk can tell us that the liquid milk, which was sweet prior to curdling, has changed into a sour and into a semi-solid state. So the total nature and the identity of the sweet liquid milk is changed into a sour semi-solid curd. So we consider a chemical change as a change in which the original substances loses its identity and its nature and convert into a new substance. So such a change is called as chemical change. Now, with the help of this, we can define chemical reaction as a process which involves a chemical change where the original substances loses its identity and its nature to form a new substance. Here the three examples I have shown here, one which is showing the heating of magnesium ribbon in air and resulting into a white powder of magnesium oxide. This example is explained in NCERT book with an activity. There it is the two important precautions which are to be taken in burning a magnesium ribbon is, first, it is to be rubbed with a sandpaper so that the outermost layer which is deposited on it naturally, as magnesium is a very reactive metal, can be removed out before burning. Otherwise, it will delay the burning of magnesium ribbon. Second, the most important precaution is during this reaction, a bright white dazzling light is released out. That is to be avoided that is to be avoided to harm our eyes. So while burning this magnesium ribbon, the care should be taken that it should be kept far away from our eyes. Now another example which is being there in the book is zinc. When added with sulfuric acid, it forms a new substance along with hydrogen gas liberation. Third example is lead nitrate. When potassium iodide it reacts, it forms lead iodide and potassium nitrate. So these are the three examples of chemical reactions which takes place in the chemistry lab, and through them we understand that the original substances, they lose their identity and they form a new substances of different nature. Now we move on to the characteristics of a chemical reaction. Whenever there is a chemical reaction going on, it is necessary that certain changes which are clear must be clearly visible to us, which can help us out to identify that the reaction is going on. So all those easily observable features which help us to understand, which help us to indicate that the reaction is taking place they are of 5 types. First, whenever there will be an evolution of gas, we come to know that a chemical reaction is taking place, as you can see here in these 3 examples. Another indication is formation of a precipitate. A precipitate is an insoluble solid whenever it is formed whenever 2 liquid solutions are being combined together. So whenever something is left out at the bottom, that insoluble solid substance left out at the bottom of the solution is called as precipitate. So in various reactions, in those reactions where we find the formation of a precipitate, those reactions confirm that they are of chemical nature. Third indication is of change in color. As you can see here, the colorless substances are changes to yellow in the case of lead nitrate and potassium iodide. Grayish black iron metal converts into a brown rusted iron. Similarly, the purple color of the potassium permanganate is changed by the lemon juice citric acid into colorless, and same thing, the orange color of the potassium dichromate is changed to brown by passing sulfur dioxide gas. Fourth important characteristic of a chemical reaction is change in temperature. Whenever the two substances are combined together, the two compounds are combined together, we can observe a rise in temperature, which is associated always with a heat release, or a fall in temperature, which is associated with heat absorbed. So all those reactions which are associated with a heat release or there will be a rise in temperature of overall solution are called as exothermic reactions. Here are certain examples of exothermic reactions, as you can see from our daily life as well as in the chemical labs. Now another type on the basis of this change in temperature is called as endothermic reactions, where the heat is absorbed or fall in temperature is mentioned. So here these examples of barium hydroxide with ammonium chloride is there when the total solution shows a very fall in temperature. Same with the dissolution of certain salts in water and nitrogen and oxygen with nitric oxide. Now the last characteristic of the chemical reaction is change in state. Whenever a component changes its state from solid to liquid or liquid to gas, then we consider it as a chemical reaction, as in the case of wax or in the case of petrol. So through this we have come to know about the characteristics and chemical reactions. In my next video we will proceed to the further topics. Thank you. Take care.